Welcome to today's session. We are going to be talking about GoDaddy domains. Now with me, I have Levi Johnson, the Technical Product Manager for Marketplace.
Hello, everyone.
And my name is Amy. I'm the Director of Go-to-Market. So before we begin, there's a few things I have to let you know about. Our annual conference, Conquer Local 2019, is coming up very soon. It's June 10th, which will be here before you know it. And we would love to have you join us on the shores of the Coronado Bay in San Diego. If you want to learn more about Conquer Local, last year it was called Vendasticon, go to conquerlocal2019.com. Again, it's going to be beautiful. We'd love to have you there, and Levi and I will both be there. All right, so what can Vendasta do for you? In a word, we can help you, our trusted partners, agencies, media companies, publishers grow. We've coined this sort of growth engine lately, and today's subject is really going to focus on product, a brand new product, and how that can help you grow your agency and your business. So without further ado, introducing GoDaddy. Levi, congratulations, your team has got this out.
Yeah, thanks. We are excited to bring this into our marketplace.
So we released this yesterday, and there's quite a few different marketing initiatives that we have going. Hopefully one of those is what you saw, and that's why you're here today. So we've got a press release, our webpage is up, you saw the email announcement, and most importantly, our marketplace product pages. We will go through all of those shortly. Now, there are two types of domain offerings. GoDaddy domain, so you can use the brand GoDaddy, you know, that bright green that everyone knows, the world's largest domain registrar. And then there's the same product, the same functionality in a sort of gray labeled product called domains. Levi, do you want to explain that one?
Yeah, so domains are still powered by GoDaddy, but we've made it so that you don't actually see GoDaddy anywhere, or your clients won't see it. So we'll show you a live demo of how we've accomplished this and how we have a DNS settings page that is fully within your brand. But really, it's just a way for, if you wish to sell domains either as a generic, like a white label or a gray labeled offering, or under your own brand name, you can do it this way. And there's no place that GoDaddy will ever show up this way, with the one minor exception of if you do a whois on the domain name, the whois will say that they register as Wild West Domains, which is an arm of GoDaddy. There's no way around this piece, but apart from that small technical piece, it's you can really call it anything that you want. So.
And one of the main reasons we did this is because we understand and we completely value how you, our partners, see that one of our main value props is being a white label platform and product. So we're trying to, as much as we can, with all of the global brands we bring into Marketplace to allow you to market them however you like. Now, domain pricing. Yes, let's get there. So as you know, typically domains can vary in price, but for this first sort of slice, this initial release, it's a one price for all. So all top level domains are $12 USD per year, or $17 Canadian or Australian per year. Did I get that right, Levi?
100%. And we're trying to be really competitive with these prices. I will mention that because it's a totally flat rate, there are, to be perfectly transparent, this is the wholesale rate. There are some TLDs that we'll be offering that it'll cost us money to sell it this way, but we feel that it's such an important piece of the puzzle for churn, and that it's we're not looking at it as a major revenue thing. I think you'll get to this, Amy. But.
Absolutely. So offering domains through Marketplace, through a global brand, isn't a revenue play for Vendasta. We're offering it to you, our partners, because we really know this is the foundation of essentially all businesses, digital footprint. Now, what are TLDs? I know we currently support certain TLDs, but Levi, tell us more.
Yeah, so we support essentially all the ones that really matter. We did our research, and the TLDs that we are supporting right now account for north of 95% of all domains sold. There are a few ones that we don't at this time. So to be very specific, we are not at this moment supporting anything like a .auto or .dentist with a massive price tag on it, because we want to keep our, our $12 USD pricing. So those were not, as well as some of the restricted ones that, you have to prove you're from Canada for .ca. As of this moment, we're not, but we are always interested in listening to feedback. And this can be something, if there's a strong demand for domains like this, then we are, it's a strong possibility.
And so right now you can purchase .com, .info, .org, .net, .biz, .link, .click, my personal favorite, .football, .club, .rocks, and .xyz. These are all clearly laid out in the product page, and we will show you that in just a moment. Now, the thing about domains, Levi has touched on this a bit. We know every business needs a website, and you can't have a website without a domain. The domain play is really, best sold with complementary products like hosting, websites, G Suite. Funny enough, we offer all of those in Marketplace. So you can take a look in Partner Center under the Discover Products tab to see, what you can sell along with domains, or head to vendasta.com/marketplace. So we're going to get into some of the most popular, questions that we've gotten so far. Feel free to, ask your own in the chat box here. The first is, what's the retail price? So the $12 and $17, depending on your currency, is the wholesale. That's what you, our partners, pay. In terms of an approximate suggested retail price, Levi, you want to go through this?
Yeah, it's really what the research that we've seen so far is most people who are selling domains this way, they mark it up slightly, a few dollars per domain, just to cover a little bit of the time that it takes for you to do this. Really, the markup we're seeing is generally not that high. And again, it's about the churn. It's not about immediate revenue. So once you have somebody who has their domain through you, their website through you, or their G Suite through you, the churn rate is extraordinarily low. Like in the internal stats that we're seeing, that the GoDaddy shared with us, that we've seen with other products like G Suite, is it's essentially it's very close to 0%. It's not. It's not exactly 0%, but it is definitely sub 3%.
Now, this is one that I had to ask Levi about. How do I access DNS?
Yeah, so what we're really excited about is in order to make sure that we keep everything as best as we can inside our platform, not having to have people with alternate logins or sending to different websites, we've pulled in all the DNS settings inside of our platform. So now you can, through Partner Center, access the DNS settings directly without having to go anywhere else, log anywhere else. And if you wish to, if your end users or your end clients will be doing any of this setup, they can access it through Business Center. Now, of course, again, you can shut this off. So if you don't want them going into the product and messing around with the DNS settings, that's up to you. But the option is yours. And with the live demo, I'll show you exactly how this works.
Perfect. Now, what's the commitment for domains? Domain registrars, like GoDaddy and like virtually all others, require domains to be registered for a minimum of 1 year. So that price of $12 is per year. It's not, $1 per month or that sort of thing. That year commitment is required. Now, here are some domain details. Levi's team is working very hard for the next best thing. Levi, take us through this.
Yeah, so there's a few things right on our immediate horizon that we're looking into. So we understand that a lot of our partners have clients who already have domains, either through GoDaddy on their own or through a different registrar. And we are working very hard to unlock the ability to transfer domains into this platform fairly soon. So that is definitely this quarter. The next piece in two is domains cannot, as of today, be purchased in bulk. So if you want to, for a client like if at .com, .net, .biz, today it's not possible, but the development team is working starting this afternoon on unlocking this. So within a matter of a couple of weeks, you'll be able to purchase multiple domains for the same account. So this is just a very short-term thing, a limitation.
Perfect. Now we've gotten this one, and it's an interesting question. Why do we go with GoDaddy? Levi?
Yeah, that is a great question that I have been answering internally, quite often over the last couple of months. Now, GoDaddy is not just a globally recognized brand, is the premier brand for domains. The real reason, though, that our team chose GoDaddy is that they have on the technical side of things, they have such a rich API that it allows us to do some really neat things with the domains that other registrars just simply don't allow. So you'll have to kind of stay tuned over the course of 2019 to see what we're going to be doing with GoDaddy and how we're going to have some really cool integrations within our platform. But I just want to say that their API system is the most comprehensive that we've seen to date. And that's one of the main reasons that we went with GoDaddy. We also understand that there are other great domain registrars as well too. And so over this next while too, we'd also love to get in some other good domain providers just to give our partners the choice. So that's still on the horizon, but it's something we definitely have our eye on.
Now, before we jump into the live demo, there are a few questions that I think we could probably answer right now. Yeah. So the first one is from Gwen. Are there wholesale discounts when you or your business pay for multiple years?
Yeah, not at this time. So what you see in some registrars do is the first year is $2, and then year number 2 it jumps up to 40 or 20. Just to keep things really simple for now, it's just a completely flat rate. We didn't want to complicate anything at this point. Under the wholesale discounts, oh yes, that one's
so the next one is from Chris. Are there any plans to connect your own GoDaddy domain account to Vendasta if you already have quite a few registered under them? Are you able to edit the whois contact info? Levi, this is super technical.
Yeah, so 2 questions in one. So yeah, connecting your own GoDaddy domain account to Vendasta, that is I think a quarter one goal for this team. So being able to do this sort of thing. We do understand that we already have a lot of partners who have existing GoDaddy domains, and we definitely want to be able to make sure that they can be brought into the fold. So that is a Q1 goal for ours. For the editing the whois contact info, it's when you fill out the initial form, that kind of drives initially what the whois contact is. Now we're going back and forth with GoDaddy a little bit because right now it's actually looking like GoDaddy is masking the whois contact info when you do the lookup. So we want to make sure that we have a solid understanding on this, because it looks like they're actually providing like the privacy mode for free for this, but I don't want to say that that's always going to be the case until we've done some more investigation on this. So should it not be masked by default, our team will make sure under the contact info that it's editable. So.
Awesome. So with that, I'm going to go into our platform. As usual, these webinars are for you, our partners. So as you think of questions, please continue to type them in. If we don't answer them right away, they'll be towards the end of the session, but they're great so far. So this is Partner Center. Hopefully it looks somewhat familiar to you. We're going to head to Marketplace, discover products, and this is where all of our products live. And if you do a quick search for domains, you will see the 2 offerings we have. So domains, very sort of generic, very plain. Much of this information can be edited. And then GoDaddy. So we'll go into domains. So as you read through all this information, there isn't any reference to GoDaddy anywhere. We answer the basic questions, some of which we've gone through, of what types of TLDs we support, can they be transferred, purchased in bulk, that sort of thing. And this is also the same information that, of course, you can edit that will show up to your businesses or to your prospects. So again, very generic, and you can change much of that. Now let's take a look at GoDaddy. So we've been able to include a bit more information here, like a video, because GoDaddy has those assets available. But again, very similar to the other product page, some questions answered. And the most important point here is that when you add this to your store or put in a package, or it's available in Business Center to your clients, GoDaddy will show up in all of the marketing and all of the branding. So with that, Levi, live demo of an activation.
Let's do this. So I'll pull up an account. I don't know. I'll pick. Let's go with red pepper. And so yeah, we'll go through how do you activate GoDaddy and what happens once it's been activated. So go into products, and let's do GoDaddy domains. So pick this guy right here. Proceed to the next step. So we're excited about this now. We have a like a rich order form here that's interactive. So as you search for domain, let's go. Let's try see if this one's available.
Of course, it rocks.
I hope it is. There we go. Hit next. They come up with a standard terms of service. It's similar to if you were to go directly to GoDaddy or anything like that. It just has to be something that you fill in. Let me just try this back one more time. Sometimes the very first time. Let's try this one more time.
Oh, you did .com.
Here we go. Did I do .com?
You did, yeah.
Third time. Third time is a charm.
Third time's a charm.
Okay.
That would be a pretty cool domain name.
That would be a good
right?
one. That would be a good one too. So you accept the terms of service.
Beautiful.
And then it's like, what's the email address? Who's going to be the owner? I'll be the owner of this one. Phone number.
You're not going to enter your personal phone number?
No, nobody
right
gets my cell phone number at this time. Hope that's a valid format. I used to make up fake phone numbers. That's 326
955-5512.
There we go.
Perfect.
There's ours. And there we go.
So Levi, while you're doing this, if you don't mind, for my sake mostly,
Yeah.
could you explain the difference between a domain owner and the admin?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Like the owner should be like the partner's client, who they should actually own the domain, but the admin can be who's going to be doing the setup work for them. That's essentially it. They can be the same person. Like you can make them the same person, but that's the just the required information that GoDaddy has for.
Got it.
Confirming the order, $12 a year. And it does auto renew at the end of every year, so you don't have to remember to renew it. And
that'd be slightly disastrous if it sort of
yes,
expired and you forgot, and all of a sudden the website's gone.
Usually this takes less than a minute or two. If it takes longer than about 30 seconds or so, what I'll do is I'll just pop open to one that we've already done this for. I don't want to keep people waiting on this. There we go. Active. So
nicely done.
That's it.
Kudos to your team.
So that is activating the domain. Now again, we just released this yesterday, so our team is actively monitoring the service to make sure that it has extremely high uptime, that everything's working smoothly. So especially over the next couple of weeks, we've got dedicated developers kind of monitoring and going over logs for this to make sure that it's really stable. So to set up the DNS, we don't have to go to another website. We don't have to log in anywhere else. You just simply click on the product. And it is a white label. You'll notice the URL up at the top. It doesn't say GoDaddy or anything like that. And this is DNS management right here. So it does require, you do have to know like what an A record is, or MX if you're going to be setting up email, what that is. So we don't really provide any guidelines at this point anyway, right within here. But it's pretty simple. If I want to start saying I'm going to add some MX records, anything like that, it's all within here, and it updates immediately as soon as you do this. So setting up your domain is done directly within the platform, and it can be done in a matter of minutes. Yeah, so MX records would be something like if you want your G Suite to point over to this domain, that would be what you would use it for. And that is as simple as it is. The domains, they're not extremely complicated. They're just a cornerstone thing of what you need for your email, for your website, that sort of thing.
Oh, one last question. For those who weren't able to join right at the beginning or view the entire webinar, it will be posted to our resource center. Just like all of our webinars, you'll definitely be able to watch it later. Either you are all rock stars and have no questions, or Levi and I aced this webinar and gave you all the information you need. But thank you so much for joining. Please, please go and explore GoDaddy, go and explore domains. Like Levi said, he has a team dedicated to this effort for at least the next short-term little while. So if you notice anything or have any questions or suggestions, please reach out to either Levi or I. Levi, thanks so much.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for attending. And really, our team really wants to hear any feedback that anybody has as they go and start using this product through Marketplace. So please reach out directly to me. I'd love to hear anything as you start going through and exploring the product and using it. Always love to hear from people. So.
Thanks again, everyone, and hopefully we'll see you on the webinar next week. Have a great afternoon.